Hey y'all, the real Jimmy Roberts 1 here. Hope all is well out there. Let's begin with the message I received from a guy who goes by the handle of the Indie Sports Car Podcast. Now, he writes, have you thanked SciManDan yet for driving a ton of views to your channel? I cheered when I saw him do one of your videos. I've subscribed to your channel for a while now, and good or bad, if people are talking about you, then you're doing something right. SciManDan. Now that's SCI as in science, Mandan. Okay, thank you. But something suddenly made sense to me. You see, there was a production we entitled Mars. The entire planet is a smoking gun. It shot up to over 800,000 views just like that. But it also has the worst like to dislike ratio of any of our productions here. And the comments are mostly nastygram after nastygram. So I wondered why this sudden but brief infestation of starving locusts. Well, now we know. Thousands of SciManDan's minions came over via a link to badmouth me. SciManDan. Yep, that's the guy. You see, his modus operandi is finding video productions that don't agree with his strict textbook way of thinking. And his shtick, pardon my Yiddish, is to belittle and berate the individuals and their ideas that accompany these videos. And he's doing well with it. Now, I'm not saying that he's not often correct in his arguments with certain topics, but not here. Nope.
Yes, that clip was from YouTuber The Real Jimmy Roberts, whose video is entitled Mars, the entire planet is a smoking gun. Not really sure for what, but we're going to find out.
What you're going to find out is that this guy is so locked into what he's read in textbooks that he never looks up to see and hear for himself. Science is a great thing that enriches our lives, but it's also a tool that can be used against us, just like religion and politics. They all bring out the same negative emotions in people when you go against them. Everybody is right. My theory is the correct theory. My religion is the only religion. Let's hate Hillary. No, let's hate Trump. Is it okay to love science without agreeing with the theory of evolution? Is it okay to believe in God without being religious?
I do think that The Real Jimmy Roberts believes that Mars is an actual planet, so we won't label him as a you-know-what.
A you know what? Yeah, somebody's going to have to fill in the blank for me here.
Oh, Jimmy, I don't think there's any help in you, mate.
Hey, don't you worry about me, SciManDan. I'll be all right. So, if you've watched this channel, you know that we bring forward a lot of images that, as one subscriber noted, even a baboon can see that these are the ruins of a former civilization. So why is all this still being ignored? Hey, SciManDan, why don't you explain it to her?
Not really, I just see a bunch of rocks.
When I experience someone with this mentality,
I just see a bunch of rocks.
I weep just a little inside for mankind. And then I'm over it.
If you go on to watch the rest of the video, it's more of the same. Rock after rock after rock, becoming some sort of ancient structure or debris field. But at least Jimmy understands that Mars is a real planet.
Why does he keep insisting that I think that? I never said that.
Oh damn, he called it. My belief system has just overrode what I saw. I need to... Just kidding. He's talking a load of crap.
Yeah, that's what I do, Dan. I talk a lot of crap. Check this part out.
Despite Mars looking pretty lifeless, there is weather of sorts. There are sometimes global dust storms and winds can reach speeds of 60 miles an hour. Weathering is an actual thing on Mars. Wouldn't that be a more reasonable explanation for this rocky outcrop? Yes, that's because they are a bunch of scattered rocks. I just see a bunch of rocks. They are a bunch of scattered rocks. Bunch of rocks, bunch of rocks, bunch of rocks, bunch of rocks.
I almost feel sorry for the guy. And what is truly frightening is that he's got over 200,000 subscribers who mostly think just like him.
But for the moment, the real Jimmy Roberts, away you go. An interesting start. No prizes for guessing what he means, but let's continue.
Is anyone surprised that he doesn't get it? Oh my God, SciMan. Pick up a mirror and hold it up just like this in front of your face for your answer.
I mean, you've been had and at your own expense.
Well, not to be picky, but I'm from the UK, so not really.
All right, smart ass. You want to play that game? I'm down with it. Let's check out SciMan's shirt. He has, I guess it's a list of things in which he believes on his shirt, so he'll remember. Let's see. Earth is not flat. Vaccines work. We've been to the moon. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Have we now, SciMan? I don't mean to be picky, but you're from the UK, so not really. Remember? And no offense to my many UK friends out there. I love y'all. But if this guy wants to brag about not being a contributor to the NASA fund in a smart-ass manner, then he needs to modify that shirt. So I don't completely dislike the guy. I can understand some of his confusion and ignorance because I do see people present images like this quite often.
I just see a bunch of rocks. I just see a bunch of rocks. I just see a bunch of rocks. They are a bunch of scattered rocks. Scattered rocks. Scattered rocks. Scattered rocks. Scattered rocks. Scattered rocks. I just see a bunch of rocks.
Okay, since I've never posted this one, I'll leave a link in the description. But this probably doesn't look like much to you, if anything, but some rocks in a Martian desert. However, that's not the story here at all. After this nuclear genocide took place, the Martian dust settled, along with other substances that over tens of thousands of years hardened around many of the objects in which they covered. That's one of the things that makes NASA's image scrubbing much easier.
Je vais te faire une offre que tu ne peux pas refuser.
That means it's time for supper. We'll see you next time.
Je vais te faire une offre que tu ne peux pas refuser.